never suffer again. Never suffer again. Why? Because it's suffering where it's screwing your life. It is suffering where it's diminishing your power and your game. It is suffering where it's making you unable to have the fulfillment and the impact that you are meant to have in yourself, in the people you love, and in the world you live in. It is suffering what makes you be a conscious leader that is not having as much impact as you know deep in your heart, in your gut, that you are meant to have. It is suffering the distance, the gap between where you are and where you wanna be. Suffering. And what is suffering related to fear? Everything. There is this saying that there is only two emotions, love and fear. And you are either in fear or suffering or in love. Now there is a bunch of moments where you are kind of in between, right? Like you are not fully, you are neither suffering. What I aim to teach you is that everything that doesn't feel on fire, that doesn't feel like heaven on earth, that doesn't feel spectacular, it's a reminder. It's what? Yeah, it's a reminder. A reminder to come back to who you are, to your fear hacker identity, to your freedom hacker identity, to your true identity, to who you truly are. And sometimes you'll feel like you want to do this for yourself. Do it. And sometimes yourself is not so important, but you may want to do it for the people you love, for your children, for your partner, for your family, for your friends, for the people you care more about. Do it for that. And sometimes you're gonna be maybe more superhero mode or inspired or superheroine mode, and you wanna do it for the impact, the legacy that you came to have. The impact and the making this world a better place, a tangibly better place. This part of you that disregards the idea, disrespects the idea that you are not powerful enough, that you are not big enough of who the heck I am. This part of you that knows that you are such a powerful force for good. And that part of you, that's the real you. Any limiting idea is just a reminder. It's the ego, but it's just a reminder. Think about it. It's like the universe makes you feel less than spectacular every time you are going out of alignment. Isn't it an amazing point of view? Every time you are going out of alignment, you feel less than spectacular. Why? So you remember. So you take it as a reminder and you come back to alignment. Now, how do you come back? And this is, I'll tell you in a moment, but this is one of the main issues for conscious leaders like you and me. When I say conscious leader, I mean people like you and me that are either professionals or entrepreneurs and or investors for whom it's not only good enough to feel great, it's not only good enough to be spiritual and have a practice that makes you feel fulfilled or at peace or at harmony. And it's neither enough to have an impact in this world, it's neither enough to have success in this world. We want and we need to have both. We cannot have one without the other. Actually, in essence, everyone is a conscious leader. Everyone. But some of us has that so awakened that it is painful to not have the impact that we came here to have. And we know that we cannot have the impact in the outside without having the impact in the inside, or the success, the real success in the outside, without having success in the inside. That without the fulfillment, the peace, the love, we cannot really have any real impact in this world. But without moving our ass and really doing everything that we can to really touch and reach and inspire and support as many people or as many aspects as possible in this world, we cannot really be at peace, because there is a part of us that is like, move your ass. Do something. Stop pretending that you being cool is good enough. Now the main challenges for us conscious leaders is that either we forget too frequently, or we remember less than we would like to remember what? To come back to who we truly are, to come back to this fulfillment, to come back to this peace, to come back to this presence and this love. When we are alone, it's a really tricky moment. When we are in certain relationships, it's a really tricky moment. When we dream really big, but then we don't know how to get there, and then doubt or hesitation kicks in. But not only remembering, then even when we remember the other challenges, sometimes I'm trying to feel great, or trying to be aligned, or trying to be present, or trying to be at peace or in love, but not necessarily knowing exactly how. It's like sometimes I can and sometimes I cannot. Can you relate to this? Say yes. And speaking about say yes, yes, I am influenced by Tony Robbins, among other amazing human beings that have inspired me along my way. And a quick mention on, we are either professionals, entrepreneurs, and or investors. I say and or investors because we all should be investors, because that's what we are here to do, to invest, not to spend. Is to invest our energy and our resources in creating more beauty and more resources, or expanding. And the best book I know about it is Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. And you can probably see a link to it around here. Okay, so remembering and what the heck do I do when I remember? So remembering, it's everything that doesn't feel spectacular is a reminder. Everything that doesn't feel like heaven on earth is a reminder. Now, when you remember, how do you come back? You come back through 3 pillars, and you may have listened to me mention this before, and if so, if you've done already the online workshop, the FearHacking online workshop, you qualify to have a one-on-one session with me to go deeper, and in that going deeper, helping you master this, or get more sharp and clear about it and how to apply it. And in that session we can explore as well if it feels a great fit for you in this stage of your life, that we work together for a longer time and I help you integrate this, turn this into a habit in the shortest amount of time possible. We can explore that as well. But the main thing is that you realize that never suffer again. It's key to really have the impact, the success inside and outside that you are meant to have. Then it's understanding, reframing everything that gets you out of alignment as a reminder. Out of alignment, or feels less than great, or less than spectacular, or less than heaven on earth, it's a reminder. And now when you are reminded, you come back to your posture, your fear hacker, or your freedom hacker, or your true posture, the posture that you had when you were born, and the posture that you will have once you have everything that you really want. So have it now. I don't know if you're hearing those beatings. Sorry about that. And second, beside coming back to your posture, come back to your presence. Be present with the most intense sensation that you find. And breathe. It's that simple. We can explore more that together, one-on-one, because it is subtle as well, but that is the important part, that it's an action that you can execute. That is not just an intention, it's just, I'm gonna be present, or I'm gonna let go, or I'm gonna accept, or I'm gonna surrender. No, it needs to be an action. That's one of the challenges in personal and spiritual growth, that we say words that we believe we know what they mean, but they don't mean something that you can execute. And that's where we get lost so often. So being present, it's in this case, at least in this method, is being present, being attentive, being aware of the most intense sensation, and breathe. And when you breathe it expands. And then it stops stopping you. and now it's fuel to resources to make happen what you want to happen, what your heart, your gut knows that you are meant to make happen. And third, you come back to your calendar, a calendar that allows you to stop reacting to everyone else's agenda for you, and you follow your own agenda, your own calendar, one that is fully aligned with who you are and what you want, with your mission, what you came here to do. So again, unless you have a good reason not to give me the opportunity and the honor to support you, go to the Fear Hacking workshop online right now. Second, get into that call as soon as you have done that workshop, so I can help you get this super clear, and through you I can make my mission happen, which is eradicating suffering from this universe. And I say through you because you are already doing it, and because you are already doing it, it's easier to help you do it even more and have even more impact. And third and most important, don't do any of the previous ones. Follow your gut, only your gut. As my friend Lain Garcia Calvo says, the voice of your soul. And that gut, that intuition and gut, that voice of your soul is not a voice. It's an impulse, a knowingness of the direction and an impulse to take action in that direction. And if that leads you to use me as a support, as a mentor, as a coach, as a guide, be it. And if it leads you anywhere else, so be it as well. Burn your excuses. Move. So there you go. That was and is Loto Vázquez, the author of the FearHacking Method. And I hope that video was useful, inspiring, insightful. And if it was and it resonates with you, if it feels right for you, please support this work as much as possible. And you can do that liking it, following the channel, if it really is something that you want more for you. And if you follow the channel, activate the bell if you want to have the notifications of the next video as soon as they come up. Really, just follow your gut. If this is useful for you, do it. If not, follow your gut anyway. And if you believe this can be useful for other people, and it's aligned with you, share it. Why? Because we do need to share what it's inspiring, so we can live in a more inspired world, with more inspired humans around us, with more healthy, self-loving humans, so we can rise this world together. So there you go. If it's aligned with you, if it's right, please support this as much as you can. Much love, and see you super soon in a following video. Bye.